All right. Welcome, everybody, to today's WeFi presentation. It's going to be a little bit different format than we normally do. We've got some guest speakers with us today that have brought to our attention a phenomenal announcement that's just occurred that indirectly impacts us at WeFi in a very big way. And maybe before we turn the time over to Doug and Rusty, our guests, we will set the table by taking you to our team website, which is dobanking.tech. You're seeing that right now on the screen. So this is a little bit of an acknowledgement and celebration of all the accomplishments of WeFi in 2025.
2025 was not about promises, it was about proof. Over the past year, WeFi transformed vision into infrastructure and ambition into measurable progress. This year, WeFi entered the Guinness World Records. The Beyond Banking Summit in Bangkok welcomed over 2,000 attendees, becoming a key moment in our journey. WeFi was officially recognized by CoinMarketCap with the creation of the Deobank category, validating a new banking model and naming WeFi as its pioneer. We entered the top 250 projects on CoinMarketCap, reflecting growing trust, visibility, and momentum. We were honored with the Digital Bank of the Year and Web3 Innovation Awards by leading Web3 and financial media, recognizing WeFi as one of the most forward-thinking projects in the industry. We became an official sponsor of Abu Dhabi Finance Week, standing alongside global leaders shaping the future of finance. And together, these milestones translated into real market confidence. WeFi reached an all-time high of $2.75, representing a fully diluted valuation of $2.75 billion. Absolutely incredible. Building on this momentum, we did something truly special. We gave away a Ferrari to a member of our community, making belief and involvement turn into tangible reality. Each of these moments tells the same story. WeFi is no longer just a project. It is an ecosystem, a category of its own, a global movement. And this brings us to the heart of it all, the most important achievement of this year, which is not a record, a ranking, or an award. It's you. Hundreds of thousands of people stand behind WeFi today. Builders, creators, thinkers, believers. People who chose ownership over dependency, participation over speculation, meaning over noise. Everything we achieved this year was made possible only because of you. And this is only the very beginning. Next year we go further. We go bolder, beyond borders, much, much higher. Thank you for being part of this journey. Happy holidays. Let's keep building together. WeFi, your money, your way.
I love that message. That was corporate produced just a couple days before Christmas. That's why we have the holiday greeting at the end. But it does speak to a lot of progress for the bank. So what we look for now is validation that the steps keep happening towards our ultimate goal, which is a global ultimate disruptor bank, technology wrapped around Web3 that is a bank. And to that end, we've got some special guests with us today. We've mentioned them before, Doug and Rusty, gentlemen that have been around the finance industry primarily, and the systems and sales funnel and customer management relations and online marketing industries for a long, long time. It speaks volumes when people of their caliber and their experience decide to apply their trade to an opportunity because they like it so well. And as a consequence, these are two gentlemen that are building maybe the fastest growing organization in all of WeFi right now. Think about that. And they brought a really exciting announcement and what it means to us as community members. So having said that, Doug, I'm going to turn it over to you to start this ball rolling. And thank you for being with us, both of you. We appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. And, I'm going to tag on something that you said here, that we're constantly looking for validations of where we're going and what we're doing. And I think that's super important in crypto, because we've all been involved in a lot of projects that sounded great and thought were great, but didn't have the follow through or the steps that make things happen. And so one of those things came out yesterday, and one of the people on my team sent me this, and it's hard to see. It's a XRP Amazon collaboration. Okay, and it's an article that they've either closed the deal or in the process of closing the deal. And so anytime something like that happens, Jeff, what runs through an organization like WeFi or any crypto project. I don't care if it's WeFi or any other project. When a new announcement comes out, they go, okay, how does that affect us? What does that mean to us, right? Well, in this case, I went through and we'll make this available when you guys are ready to make it available for everybody, but I'll share my screen real quick. Uh, I went through immediately and did the analysis on WeFi versus XRP and Amazon Bank. Now, I think on the upside of this, when we think about XRP in general, I mean they went through their battle with the SEC. They won that battle, and we applaud that because that establishes crypto, and that's what we need. We need those foundations. So there's nothing bad in here about XRP versus WeFi. What is in here is just what are the differences between the two, and they're significant, right? When we talk about WeFi, we're talking about decentralization, non-custodial, user-owned model. When we go over to the Amazon XRP model, we're talking about institutional grade bank, and designed on the traditional financing, traditional rails. So when we look at this side, which is the XRP Amazon side, and you guys will have this, I think there's an important foundation here because to me it's kind of a bridge between crypto and that next centralized kind of control or that centralized banking function. And that's important. I think we have to have that in this industry. And I think that validates on the WeFi side, which is where we're focused on decentralization and owning and controlling uh, our side of the banking functions, right? And so as you go through this, this document will kind of compare each level, and then kind of I give a little summary of the differences here. But primarily, the major difference is this is combining crypto with basically the old model. Okay, and that's a hybrid of the old model. What we're doing in WeFi and what makes us so exciting about what Reeve Collins and the team is doing, we're doing something completely new. This will be able to reach the unbanked around the world. This will not. This will be able to open up doors and gates, and I believe become or have potential. And I got to be careful with what I believe versus what's out there, but what I believe can potentially be the largest bank in the world, simply because we don't only handle what the centralized banks are doing, which is you and I and everybody that's in banking, but now we're reaching to the decentralized. And so these two things, and I think in the field, people will get this question, well, XRP is already doing it. No, XRP is not doing what we're doing. XRP is doing a centralized hybrid version of crypto to a bank. We're doing a completely new banking rails, completely new decentralized model. And so there's a lot of difference here, Jeff.
And one thing that I want to say that I'm excited about. Look, here's what we've continued to talk about, Jeff. What we're not talking about, first off, we're talking about the Walmart of delivery. In fact, the argument, Jeff, as you know, that goes on every day is how much more Amazon is valued than Walmart is.
Yeah.
In value. So what is the value proposition we're considering here as ITO holders? We are the power. We continue to say we're the power. And let me tell you this. If you this is where, Jeff, you continue to talk about the jockey. The jockey being Reeve Collins. Now, there's other guys here. Look, these other guys on the board and working with the company are no joke. Co-founder of Wise, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Payments, Visa officer, et cetera. Here's my point that I Doug did incredibly well on, Jeff. is by already doing this comparison of the two. Amazon can't even go after China because Amazon don't go to China. I'm just using a wild thing here, but they don't go there. Okay, but there's no joke in Amazon and XRP, just like we're looking at PNC and Coinbase. But this is actually a much bigger announcement, in my opinion, on Reach. Let me tell you this: anybody, and I want you to hear me, anybody that embraces this structure, once they see, Jeff, which you know what you and I have been looking at the last few days, as we look at that other site, Jeff, that shows the commercial application of what we have here with WeFi. You know what I'm talking about. That we're looking at the security that is for an enterprise level application already being tested, already has top vendors attached to it. And guess what you don't get here, ladies and gentlemen? You don't get to have the affiliate status, the associate status, and 50% of all the commission shared. We are in an incredible opportunity, and we're going to see this kind of announcements continue to happen as WeFi fully opens North America, fully opens in throughout the world, and every day as you hear new announcements this year, this is only going to get bigger and better, Jeff.
Yeah, I heard a summary once that really exemplifies this, and that is that you look at all this technology and you realize that WeFi, being a Web3 bank, which means we get to be in the community and be actual stakeholders in it, look at WeFi as a technology that's also a bank, right? From what Doug just told us, the other way around doesn't apply. But when you have all the things the bank offers, but you're the technology that's based on this Web3 application, I'm with Doug. The future looks very bright. So this is super exciting. And you piggyback this onto the news from the OCC. We heard about PNC Bank and a couple weeks ago. You can, and Bank then you listen to what Reeve Collins said on that video about when somebody said, "Are you open in the U.S.?" He said, "Not yet, but it's coming maybe sooner than you think." This is kind of proof in that pudding, if you ask.
Well, I mean, but let me just one other thing, Jeff. let me tell you something. Why are you so excited? I'll tell you why I'm so excited, because they're going to expose to millions this door open to the name XRP and this change. And the reason I'm saying this is I want everybody on this call to get this. This is a consumer race right now. Look, you want to get in the way of an ITO so you can be a part of it. Okay, the 270, try that times 10 times 10. Okay, now you say, well, and no, do I know that? No, I'm not sure of any of that. But I'll tell you what, I don't see a bigger project in crypto right now in pure numbers of users. Maybe not the biggest size accounts, but there's going to be more users, which ultimately will mean big, big, big. We've watched it in our lifetime. Have we not? We've watched Amazon come. Where's UPS? Where's the post office delivering Amazon packages? That's where they are. Okay. Where's Walmart? Again, where's other stores? It's Walmart. Today, some point, I'll go to a Walmart. Okay. So what am I saying? We've watched this transition, Jeff, and we are in that same place here with WeFi. So why? Because they want to be ahead of this game. So here's the point. It's catch up, and WeFi's already there.
Yeah, I think you guys just talked about, the size of the accounts in XRP Amazon versus particularly WeFi going to the unbanked world, right? When we talk, and I think this is super important, when we talk pure numbers, it is the amount of account holders that we really need to do those fractional transactions every day. And those fractional transactions is what feeds both the bank side and the affiliate side. So all of us that are getting our miners now, doing the bank side, we're getting our certificates in the bank, we're on that side. Want to be on that side, right? And that's huge value. But we also want to be on the other side where we're getting those fractional transactions on the affiliate side. So the number of account holders is super important. The other thing that kind of came up in this that really is, I think, a great vision is XRP Amazon is opening up the doors. What it really is opening up is mines. It's opening up the mind of people that don't understand crypto yet. Okay. And that educational process of them understanding crypto is an on-ramp for WeFi. It's an on-ramp for us because we will do crypto different than they do. We'll do it in the decentralized way, which is, I think, broader and better than that. And they will continue to live within the restrictions of that centralized bank model. And they have restrictions that we're not going to have. They're going to have fees that we're not going to have. They're still going to be in that fee model that is much higher than what we're talking about trying to do in the decentralized world. So really great that they're opening up the door, because XRP is a name that everybody's been following with the SEC. Amazon's a name everybody knows. Those two together open up minds, mental minds, not minor minds, mental minds, right? But it gives us now the curiosity of people out there watching this going, now WeFi comes along, yeah, now they got a little bit more foundation and understanding. The door's a little bit more open, and it makes the on-ramp of WeFi, I think, much easier.